Hello, and welcome back to Speak English Daily.
Hi everyone, we are very happy to see you here today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speak English Daily. Today, we're talking about two little English words that confuse a lot of learners: close and shut.
They look simple, don't they?
They really do. But then you hear one person say, close the door, and another person say, shut the door. That's when people start asking, wait, are they different?
And that's the question we're answering today.
So, Mike, let's start with the easiest question. Are they the same?
I'd say they're almost the same, but not always.
That's probably not the answer everyone wanted.
I know. People usually hope there's one simple rule, but English doesn't always work that way.
That's true. Sometimes English gives us two words that are very close in meaning, but native speakers naturally choose one over the other.
And that's what makes English interesting. It's not only about knowing vocabulary, it's also about knowing what sounds natural.
Let's imagine a simple situation. You're at home and someone leaves the front door open.
You could say, please close the door.
Or you could say, please shut the door.
In that situation, both sentences are perfectly normal.
So if an English learner says either one, people will understand.
Definitely. Nobody will look confused.
Then why does this topic confuse so many learners?
Because learners often think every English word has only one meaning or one correct use, but many English words overlap a little.
That's a good word. Overlap. It means two things share something in common.
Exactly. Close and shut overlap a lot, but they aren't identical.
So let's keep today's lesson very practical.
Good idea.
First, what does close mean?
The basic meaning is very simple. Close means to move something from an open position to a closed position.
Like closing a window.
Yes.
Closing a book.
That's another good example.
Closing a lid on a box.
Perfect.
So it's simply changing something from open to closed.
That's the easiest way to remember it.
Now let's talk about shut.
In many situations, shut means almost the same thing. You're still moving something into the closed position.
So I can shut a door.
Yes.
Shut a window.
Absolutely.
Shut a gate.
That's natural too.
Then where does the difference begin?
Sometimes shut gives the feeling that something is closed more firmly or more completely.
So if a door is still a little open, someone might say, can you shut the door?
Right, they want it fully closed.
But people can also say, close the door completely.
Exactly. That's why we can't say shut always means completely closed. It often has that feeling, but not every single time.
That's an important point. English isn't always about strict rules.
It's often about what feels natural to native speakers.
Another thing I've noticed is that people choose these words differently depending on the situation.
They do. Sometimes they're being polite.
Sometimes they're in a hurry.
Sometimes they're annoyed.
And sometimes they're talking about different objects.
So today we're not only learning two verbs.
We're also learning how native speakers think when they choose those verbs.
Let's compare two sentences.
Go ahead. Could you please close the door?
That sounds polite and gentle.
Now listen to this one. Shut the door.
That feels much stronger.
Maybe cold air is coming inside.
Or maybe there's a lot of noise outside.
The action is almost the same.
But the feeling is different.
That's why context matters.
Exactly. The object matters. The situation matters. Even the speaker's emotion can matter.
Here's something useful you can say when you're comparing English words. You can say, they're similar.
Or they both mean nearly the same thing.
And if you want to explain the difference,
You can simply say, there's a small difference.
those are great expressions to remember because you'll use them with many English words, not just close and shut.
Throughout today's conversation, we're going to look at lots of real-life examples. Some may surprise you because you'll discover that there are situations where both words work perfectly and others where native speakers almost always choose one over the other.
And that's the kind of English that helps conversations feel easy, confident, and natural. So let's get started. Now that we know close and shut are very similar, let's look at some everyday objects. This is where English starts becoming practical.
I like this part because these are things we use every single day.
Let's start with the most common one, a door.
Imagine you're leaving a room,
I might say, please close the door.
and I might say, please shut the door.
Which one sounds more natural to you?
Honestly, both sound completely normal. The difference is very small.
I agree, although close sounds a little softer to my ears.
That's true. Shut can sound slightly stronger, especially if you say it loudly.
Like this, shut the door.
Exactly. That sounds like you're annoyed.
But if I smile and say, could you shut the door, please? It suddenly sounds much friendlier.
Right. Your tone of voice changes everything.
So it isn't only about the word.
It's also about how you say it.
Let's move to another example, a window.
Please close the window.
Please shut the window.
Again, both are correct.
Maybe it's getting cold outside.
Or maybe it's starting to rain.
Either sentence sounds perfectly natural. Now imagine you're standing in front of a large gate. I could say, close the gate.
Or shut the gate.
Do you hear much difference?
Just a little. Shut feels a bit firmer, almost like you're making sure the gate is fully closed.
Especially if it's a heavy gate.
Exactly.
What about a garage door?
That's another great example.
Could you close the garage door?
Or could you shut the garage door?
Both sound natural again.
See the pattern?
I do. For many everyday objects, both words work.
That's why learners shouldn't worry too much.
Let's keep going.
How about a cupboard?
I leave the cupboard open all the time.
Then someone probably tells you, close the cupboard.
Or maybe shut the cupboard?
Both are common.
Now imagine you're cooking dinner.
You open a drawer to get a spoon.
Then someone says, close the drawer.
Or shut the drawer.
I hear both quite often.
Me too.
Here's another one, a cabinet.
Please close the cabinet.
Please shut the cabinet.
Again, both work very well.
It seems we're seeing the same pattern again and again.
That's because these are physical objects that open and close.
Exactly.
Now let's try something different.
A locker at school or at the gym.
Close your locker.
Shut your locker.
Both sound completely natural.
Let's move to technology.
Good idea.
Imagine your laptop is open.
Would you say close your laptop?
Yes.
What about shut your laptop?
I actually hear that quite often too.
Me too. People usually mean to close the lid of the laptop.
That's an important detail. They're talking about the laptop itself, not the programs on the screen.
Exactly. We'll talk more about that later.
Here's one more object, a book.
Close your book.
Shut your book.
Both are possible.
Although I think close your book sounds a little more common in classrooms.
I'd agree with that.
So here's a simple tip.
If you're talking about everyday objects like doors, windows, gates, cupboards, drawers, lockers, cabinets, books, or even a laptop lid, close and shut are often both correct.
The biggest difference is usually the feeling.
Close often sounds a little softer.
Shut can sound a little stronger or firmer.
But remember, your voice matters too.
A polite sentence can completely change the feeling.
Listen to these examples.
Please close the window.
Very polite.
Could you shut the garage door, please?
Also polite.
Now listen to this.
Shut the door.
Much stronger.
The words didn't change very much.
But the emotions certainly did.
Before we continue, we'd love to hear from you.
Which sentence sounds more natural to you? Close the door or shut the door? Do people in your country usually learn one more than the other? Tell us in the comments because we'd love to read your answers.
And if you're enjoying today's lesson, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Speak English Daily. Every week, we help you learn English through real conversations that you can actually use.
Coming up next, we're going to look at something surprising.
Yes, there are situations where native speakers almost never use shut, even though learners often think they can.
So far, we've seen lots of examples where close and shut can both work, but now things get a little more interesting.
That's right, there are situations where native speakers almost always choose close.
And if you use shut instead, people will probably still understand you.
But it will sound unusual or unnatural.
Let's start with a very easy example. Your eyes.
Imagine it's bedtime.
Your mom says, close your eyes.
Does anyone normally say, shut your eyes?
Not very often. You might hear it once in a while, especially in stories or certain regional dialects, but for everyday English, close your eyes is the natural choice.
So if you're learning English, remember this expression as one complete phrase.
Exactly. Don't translate word for word. Learn the whole expression. Close your eyes.
Now let's move from bedtime to computers.
Imagine you're working on your laptop.
You finish reading a document.
What do you do next?
You close the document.
Right, not shut the document.
That sounds a little strange.
Native speakers almost always say close the document.
The same thing happens with files.
You're finished editing a file.
So you close the file.
Never shut the file.
Exactly.
Here's another one. You're using your internet browser.
Maybe you have 20 websites open.
That happens to me all the time.
Me too. Then you decide to leave one page.
You close the website.
Or you close the browser tab.
But you usually don't say, I'm going to shut the website.
No, that sounds unusual because the website isn't a physical object like a door or a window.
What about an application on your phone?
Another great example.
You finished checking your messages.
Then you close the application, or simply close the app.
That's the phrase you'll hear every day.
Not shut the app.
Exactly. So here's a pattern I'm noticing.
Go ahead.
When we're talking about digital things like apps, files, documents, or websites, close is usually the verb we choose.
That's a very useful observation.
Let's leave technology for a moment and think about work.
You're in a meeting with your team.
Everyone has finished talking.
Your manager says, let's close the meeting.
That sounds completely natural.
But let's shut the meeting sounds odd.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
Neither have I.
The same idea works for conversations.
Imagine you've discussed everything.
You might say, let's close the conversation. Or, I'd like to close our discussion.
Those sound professional.
Very professional. But shut the conversation?
That sounds awkward.
Almost like you're telling someone to stop talking immediately.
Exactly. It gives a completely different feeling.
Here's another example.
Bank accounts.
If you don't need your account anymore, what do?
You close your account.
You don't shut your account.
Never.
That's another expression native speakers use all the time.
The same is true for many online accounts.
Your email account.
Your shopping account.
Your social media account.
In every case, you close the account.
Now let's talk about businesses.
Imagine a small cafe.
Sadly, it isn't doing well.
The owner decides to close the business.
Or close the shop.
Exactly.
Would you normally say shut the business?
Not really.
I have heard people say the business shut down.
That's different.
Ah, good point.
Shut down is a phrasal verb, and we'll explore that in the next part of today's episode.
So don't worry if you've heard that expression before.
It's correct, but it's not the same as simply saying shut the business.
I think we're discovering an important idea today.
What's that?
English isn't just about knowing individual words.
That's true.
It's also about knowing which words naturally go together.
Exactly. We call these verb and object combinations, or collocations.
Native speakers don't usually stop and think about them.
They simply sound right because they've heard them thousands of times.
Let's do a quick review.
I'll say the noun, and you choose the verb.
Sounds fun.
Your eyes.
Close your eyes.
An app.
Close the app.
A file.
Close the file.
A document.
Close the document.
A meeting.
Close the meeting.
A conversation.
Close the conversation.
A bank account.
Close the account.
Excellent.
Notice how natural those expressions sound.
That's because they're the combinations native speakers use every day.
In the next part, we're going to look at the opposite situation.
That's where shut becomes the more natural choice, and you'll learn some very common expressions that you'll hear in everyday English.
We've just looked at situations where close is the clear winner. Now let's turn things around. There are also times when shut sounds much more natural.
That's right. Sometimes using close isn't wrong, but shut is simply the word native speakers are more likely to choose.
And sometimes shut adds a stronger feeling to the sentence.
Exactly. It can sound more urgent, more emotional, or it can suggest that something should be completely closed.
Let's go back to our old friend, the door.
Poor door. It's getting a lot of attention today.
It really is. Imagine it's the middle of winter. The front door is wide open and freezing air is coming into the house.
You probably won't calmly say, "Please close the door whenever you have time."
No, you'll probably say, "Shut the door."
The message is the same, but the feeling is very different.
You're speaking with urgency.
Exactly. You want action right now.
Does that mean shut is always angry?
Not at all. That's a common misunderstanding. It can sound angry, but it doesn't have to.
So if I politely say, "Could you shut the door, please?" That's perfectly friendly.
Absolutely. Your tone of voice is just as important as the word itself.
That's something English learners sometimes forget.
Yes, the same sentence can sound kind or rude depending on how you say it.
Let's try another object, a box. Imagine you're finished putting away some old photos.
Then someone says, "Shut the box."
That sounds very natural.
You could also hear, "Shut the lid."
Exactly, especially when the lid should fit tightly. What about a lunchbox?
Don't forget to shut the lid.
That sounds completely normal.
And many parents probably say that every morning.
I can imagine that.
Here's another everyday example. You're getting into a car.
You sit down, but the door doesn't close properly.
Your friend says, "Shut the car door."
Maybe you didn't push it hard enough.
Right. They want you to close it firmly so it locks.
That's why shut often feels more complete.
Exactly. It's not always about emotion. Sometimes it's simply about making sure something is fully closed.
So context is still the key.
Always.
Now let's look at something a little different, phrasal verbs.
These are expressions that native speakers use all the time.
The first one is shut off.
Imagine you're about to leave your house.
Your dad says, "Don't forget to shut off the engine,"
Or shut off the lights.
or "shut off the power."
Exactly. Shut off means to stop something from operating. It's often connected with electricity, machines, or anything that uses power.
Let's hear a quick dialogue. Is the engine still running?
Oh, I forgot to shut it off.
Nice and natural.
Here's another one.
Why is the TV still on?
I'll shut it off now.
Simple and useful.
Now let's move to another very common phrasal verb, shut down.
We hear this one everywhere.
We really do.
Imagine you're working on your computer.
It's time to go home.
What do?
You shut down the computer.
Could you say close the computer?
Not if you mean turning it off.
Right. Close the laptop usually means closing the lid.
But shut down the computer means turning the whole system off.
That's an important difference.
Very important.
Here's another example.
A factory stops operating.
We often hear the factory shut down.
Exactly.
Maybe the company had financial problems.
Or maybe it moved to another city.
Either way, shut down means it stopped operating.
You'll also hear it with stores, restaurants, schools, airports, and even websites.
That's a very useful expression to remember.
Now let's learn one more phrasal verb, shut away.
This one has a different meaning.
Yes, it doesn't mean closing a door or turning off a machine.
It means keeping someone or something separated from other people.
For example, he shut himself away in his room.
Maybe he wanted some quiet time.
Or maybe he was feeling sad.
Here's another example.
Don't shut yourself away. Come and join us.
That sounds warm and encouraging.
It does.
So today we've learned that shut isn't only a simple verb.
It also appears in several very common phrasal verbs.
Let's review them together.
Shut off.
Stop the power or stop a machine.
Shut down.
Stop operating completely.
Shut away.
Keep someone or something separated.
Before we finish this section, here's one final tip.
If you're talking about urgency, strong emotion, or making sure something is fully closed, shut often sounds more natural.
And if you're using phrasal verbs like shut off or shut down, try to learn the whole expression instead of translating each word separately.
That's one of the fastest ways to sound more like a native speaker.
Because native speakers don't build these expressions one word at a time.
They remember them as complete phrases.
And the more real conversations you hear, the more natural those phrases will become in your own English.
We've covered a lot today, so let's see how much we've learned.
I like this part. It's almost like a little quiz.
Don't worry, everyone. This isn't a difficult test. We're just going to practice choosing the word that sounds most natural.
Exactly. Sometimes both words work, and sometimes one is clearly the better choice.
Ready?
Let's do it.
First one. Dash the curtains.
I'd say close the curtains.
Me too.
You might hear shut the curtains occasionally, especially in British English, but close the curtains is the safer and more common choice for learners.
Good tip. Next one. Dash your laptop.
This one depends.
I knew you were going to say that.
If you're talking about the lid, then both are possible. You can close your laptop or shut your laptop.
But if you mean turning it off?
Then you'd say shut down your computer or shut down your laptop.
Great distinction.
Context always matters.
Here's an easy one. Dash your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Never shut your eyes?
It's not impossible, but close your eyes is by far the expression you'll hear most often.
Next, dash the restaurant.
Close the restaurant.
Exactly.
If the business stops operating forever, people often say the restaurant shut down.
That's our phrasal verb again.
Right. Notice the difference.
How about this one? Dash the box.
I'd probably say shut the box.
Me too, especially if I want the lid to fit tightly.
Although close the box isn't wrong.
That's what makes English interesting. Sometimes there isn't just one correct answer.
Sometimes there isn't just one correct answer.
Here's another one. Dash the meeting.
Close the meeting.
Definitely.
Shut the meeting sounds unnatural.
Next one. Dash the car door.
I think most people would naturally say shut the car door.
Especially if it isn't fully closed.
Exactly.
Last one. Dash the window.
Both work.
Which one would you choose?
Probably close the window in a normal conversation.
And if cold rain suddenly starts coming inside?
Then I might shout, shut the window!
That's a perfect example of how emotion changes the language.
It really does.
So today's lesson isn't really about memorizing two separate words.
It's about learning which combinations sound natural.
Exactly.
Now let's put everything together in one final conversation.
We're leaving the house.
Before we go, could you close the window, please?
Sure. Done.
Great. Oh, and don't forget to shut the front door when you come outside.
Good idea. We should lock it, too.
Now we're sitting in the car.
Wait, I don't think my door closed properly.
Give it another push.
Like this?
Perfect. Now you've shut the car door firmly.
Much better.
Before we leave,
Yes?
did you shut off the lights inside the house?
I almost forgot. Thanks for reminding me. Now let's imagine we're at work.
We've finished today's meeting.
I'll close the meeting before everyone leaves.
Sounds good.
I also need to close this document.
And don't forget to close the file after you save it.
Done.
Great. Your computer is nice and organized.
It's the end of the day now.
Time to go home.
I'll shut down the computer first.
Perfect.
That's different from simply closing the laptop, isn't it?
Exactly. Shutting down turns the computer off completely.
Good thing we learned that today.
Finally, it's bedtime.
I'm exhausted.
Then there's only one thing left to do.
Close my eyes?
Exactly.
Not shut my eyes.
For everyday English, close my eyes is the phrase you'll hear most often.
I think we've learned something really useful today.
Me too. Instead of trying to remember dozens of grammar rules, it's better to remember common expressions.
Like close your eyes, close the meeting, shut the door, shut off the engine, and shut down the computer.
Those are the combinations native speakers use every day.
And here's one last tip before we finish.
Don't ask yourself, is this grammatically possible?
Ask yourself, does this sound natural?
That's the question native speakers answer without even thinking.
The more you listen, read, and practice, the easier those choices become.
Thanks for spending time with us today. We hope this lesson helps you feel more confident the next time you need to choose between close and shut.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and we'll see you in the next episode of Speak English Daily.
Until then, take care and happy learning.